Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca and we're going to do some dupes today. Well, it's almost dupes, but whatever, close enough. And also because I have just eye makeup on and foundation and I look really weird, we're gonna fix this. Concealer. So this Charlotte Tilbury, it's like we love it, we hate it. Everyone has their opinion. Some hate it because of the packaging. It's the, if you're wondering if I got concealer on my blouse, I did. So some folks hate the packaging. Actually, doesn't everybody hate the packaging? This sponge top got so gross, and I've only kept it as just like an example. And honestly, there's really nothing, it's old, it's dried out. I'm not gonna apply it, but I will show you conceptually. The Revolution Beauty, two things. So this Eye Bright, it's like, are we using it as the Charlotte Tilbury concealer dupe or the contour wand Charlotte Tilbury product, which I don't have. I am not spending $38 on that thing. I still haven't gotten myself to do it. Maybe I will. I have no problem buying high-end makeup and beauty, just, you know, for either my own enjoyment or comparison, you know, but yeah, I'm just like, ugh, $38. One of you pointed out to me that the Born to Glow by NYX concealer in the darker shades makes a perfect dupe. And honestly, even if it's not like a dupe, it is such a good liquid contour slash bronzer, whatever you want to do. I picked the shade, it's like Mocha, and I want to say it's pretty good. The nice thing about the Born to Glow is it's less than $10 and it is not messy. What I do when I apply this is I don't do kind of the whole, oh, let's get into the whole face and apply product and then buff it out. I work in small areas, and I think that's also the key with the Charlotte Tilbury product, is that working in small areas just keeps the product from being able to manipulate it. And I think you can tell, like, immediately I've added a dimension to my face that wasn't there. But you can, you know, you can play around with how dark you go. In the Makeup Revolution, I have shade, which one is this? Caramel, and it's close, but not as, I feel like it's a little more red. Also, I feel like the NYX just has a nicer, smoother finish, but this is still good. It's actually, whew, that's a lot. Wow, ooh. Yeah, that's almost like liquid bronzer, if you ask me. I really feel like that's, you know, your whole bronzer. And I am by no means the first person to do this. I haven't seen other people doing this, but I can only imagine that's what everybody's doing. So maybe you're looking at this going, we know Rebecca. But so I like the NYX for contour and I like the Makeup Revolution for bronzer, if that's the route you want to go, you know. The Makeup Revolution in terms of concealer for this Eye Bright, I know a lot of folks really enjoy it. I do have the shade Porcelain, which I think is too pale. I kind of bought it on accident. I will put a little bit on here and blend it in for you. It is nice. It is a good concealer, and I just think that I need to get a better shade because the Porcelain to me is so pale that it doesn't, I just feel like my under eye area is still gray. Let's talk this Dior Backstage Powder, No Powder. I feel like when it first came out, people were kind of not keen on it, and maybe they didn't understand it. And then I saw a few channels like Michelle Wong and maybe somebody else, how much they loved it, because I think it is a finishing powder and it really benefits from getting buffed out. It's not going to provide like coverage or anything like that. I think it's going to give you something that's just really soft. I have the shade 2N from the Dior, and I'm just going to show you how I put it on and how it looks so that we can compare. And I do like to, like I said, this is definitely, it's got kind of, like this is a good touch-up powder in my book. So I'm not sure if you can really see, it's a nice, it's just a very nice finish. I like what it does. Softens the skin, makes the makeup really pretty. My dupe is the Jouer powder. This is a lot less expensive, and Shade Light actually does such a good job here compared to 2N. The Jouer almost has a little more coverage. It's beautiful, and you can use it as just like a setting powder or you can do what I'm doing and just like a finishing powder. But it's so pretty. It's really pretty. I really think this powder just doesn't get the rave. I know everybody's talking about the Chantecaille or this Dior or the Givenchy, or is it? No, it was the Armani. Yeah, but look, like I think this is so pretty. Moving on to bronzer. I've duped this many times. I feel like I've thrown in lots of drugstore comparable products for the Charlotte Tilbury. My goal was to find one that was light enough for the shade 1. This is shade 2. And I mean, it is a great product. It is a beautiful, beautiful bronzer. That is not to be questioned. But is it necessary? Nah. So I am gonna just kind of powder over everything. It's got some beautiful blurring attributes, you know, I get it. And it's nice, it really is nice. Now, what do I like instead that is less expensive? The Love Yourself LYS bronzer from Sephora. I want to say it's like $18. So not quite drugstore, but beautiful. And so I have shade 1. It's called Light, and it's shade Motivate. I find these to be so similar in the way they finish on the skin. I love how the LYS formula is blurring and soft. It doesn't have any shimmer. So I'm really happy with it. And yeah, and I just think that between the two of them, I probably will reach for this more often. Cream blush. We're going to talk about Milani and we're going to talk about Patrick Ta, because this product here is such a unique, you know, this is such a beautiful product. You know, you've got your powder, you've got your cream, and even what's fun about this is the powder goes on first and then the cream, and it's dual product and all that good stuff. But you know, it's not cheap. And then we have this Milani. So the shade I'm duping for you here is the Do We Know Her, and it's such a beautiful coral, right? And then if you want a cream blush, I suggest the Milani Cheek Kiss in Coral Crush. It is so pretty, and it has that perfect, you know, it's coral. It's coral, look. Right? The Milani. I'm gonna do it right here, kind of high, okay? And then we're gonna put on Patrick Ta. Look at that, look at that. Patrick Ta is maybe a smidge more orange versus this is more pink, like a tiny, tiny bit. Okay. I love how both of them wear, they don't disrupt the makeup underneath or even on top. You know, you can add something else later, and they're both just beautiful. But if you don't want to spend the money, I think the Milani is so, so good. We've all talked about how Flower Beauty and Charlotte Tilbury are so similar. So much so that I'm reaching for Flower Beauty more often because I find the formula to just be a smidge, just kind of creamier. Like, I feel like it glides on that much easier. And the one to be like, the one everyone wants is Spiced Petal. And the little sticker makes it look darker than it really is. It's not as dark as maybe you would think. It is that perfect pinky nude. I think there's kind of a similarity between the two shades, the JK Magic and the Dance Floor Princess from Charlotte Tilbury's Hot Lips 2 collection, but the original Bitch Please, no, Bitch Perfect. There's Bitch Please and Bitch Perfect of the matte shades that she came out with, even I believe before the Hot Lips. This is so similar. And the two, I mean, in person in natural light, you can see them side by side, but honestly, they're so, so similar. And I do love this nude. I do love this Charlotte Tilbury nude. But this flower is so good. And I haven't decided which one I want to put on yet, but I've got two more to show you. Dewy Lip Balm from Rare Beauty. I have shade Support. These are the minis from a set. And I have the shade Thankful. And we love Rare Beauty, and they're not, honestly, they are not expensive. So both shades in the brown category, kind of like a nutmeg spice situation going on, right? And they're sheer, they're moisturizing, people love them. Flower Beauty, though, did come out with this type of lip balm, and it is the Perfect Pout. And the shade I have is Blossom, and it looks very brown in the tube. And when you see it, it's like kind of, the formula is so similar. The finish is so similar. So this is the Flower Beauty one, and you can tell it's just a little bit more brown than the Rare Beauty shades, but it is so similar. I mean, I find myself wearing this all the time. Just very pleasant on the lips, and it's $9. So yeah, so if you haven't been able to find the Rare Beauty, or you just didn't want to spring for it, but you run across that Flower Beauty one, I definitely think it's a winner. Kevyn Aucoin, this lip right here is probably one of their most popular lip. I think it might be an Allure winner. I remember talking to the one of the beauty makeup artists for Kevyn Aucoin, and he was doing an Instagram, like a Zoom class for some folks, and this is called Thelma Dora, and I think it's after his mom or sister. Like, it is such a it's one of his iconic shades. It's beautiful, it's creamy, it's this, you know, combination, that mauvey nude that everyone just, you know, loves in a nude lip formula. And I found two alternates that I think are so close, and that's the Maybelline, this Ulta Matte, which is more, maybe more matte than this formula, but this shade Buff, more buff, you'll see, look how similar that is. It's so similar. And this is such a good formula. No one's talking about them. I wish they had more pale formulas to go with it, because that, to me, I think is this lightest. Okay, then Makeup Revolution makes a Velvet Kiss lip crayon, and the shade Heart Race. I mean, right? I mean, right? Yeah. So I think actually this is what I'm gonna wear. It's so good. Okay, that is everything, folks. Yep, I could even go even more with the blush and the bronzer, but hey, in person it looks good. So I'll list everything below. If I find things in multiple locations, you know, I'll do my best. If there's discount codes, I'll include those if it happens to be on a website that I maybe have an affiliate through. And if you shop through my links, I get a tiny commission. It adds up. It's just pennies that go in the jar. But then I just turn it right around and buy more makeup. So I appreciate the support for my channel that way. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Hey, if you think other people like dupes, share this video and my channel and leave me a comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.